Hi there. In this video I wanted to give you a quick updated demo of the adfontes application, which is basically a tool to explore quotations and references throughout the scholastic corpus. So as text is built, quotations are tagged, references are tagged, and this constitutes at present more than 100,000 quotations and references. And we can use the context information about each of those quotations, where they are in a paragraph, in a division, etc., to build a bidirectional index that allows you to both request the sources of a quotation, search quotations by sources, as well as to search the influence of paragraphs and passages to ask who's quoting these passages um, and where. So we can look at a couple of demos for example purposes. So we might first be interested in looking for quotations from the Bible. So we could search the list here and say, show me all quotations of the Bible. And now it's fetching these quotations, and we can explore their context, what paragraph they're in, etc. But this is thousands of quotations, and I've capped this just at 100, so we can drill down and be more specific. Let's say I want to see only quotations from Romans. So we can select Romans, we can run the search. Now we're getting many of the quotations by Romans. We can quickly look at the frequency of these quotations, see what texts are quoting Romans more frequently than others. Okay, but as we run through here, we might come across a Bible verse that's of particular interest, and we might want to focus our attention just on that Bible verse. Let's say we're interested in, oh, I don't know, something like this verse, Romans 2:4. We can get the context paragraph of the quotation as well as the Bible verse itself, and we could say, show me only quotations of Romans 2:4. So it's going to redo that fetch now for only quotations of that particular passage, and we see that we have 3. So this is a way of discovering quotations across the corpus and discovering passages of common interest. You might not have known that these passages exist before, or that these passages from Bonaventure might be related to this passage of Robert Holcomb's Biblical Commentary of Wisdom. So we can also then filter this by author, so we can say show me only quotations by a particular author. Let's say only quotations by Bonaventure. And since we're only interested in quotations by Bonaventure, we should just get these two, as we do here. All right, and let's go ahead and clear this, and we can do one other example here. We might want to be interested in the influence of a quotation. So you might want to say, first of all the quotations that Peter Lombard makes in his sentences commentary. So we can run this search, and we can see these are all the places that Peter Lombard makes a quotation or a reference. Again, we can see this in his text, his sentences, and we can see, okay, over 3,000. And we could break this down by parts. So we could say, show me the distribution of quotations over the 4 books. Yeah. So he has 1,000 quotations in book 1, 300 in book 2, and so on. And we can break this down even further by distinction parts, and we can get a sense of quote distribution over this range. And then we could filter down our interest in his quotations to only quotations of Augustine, for example. And we could search this. We can get a sense of quotations of Augustine filtered over the distinctions in his sentences. And here we have all the quotations of Augustine, named quotations of Augustine here in his sentences from his prologue. So if we go up, we can see all of the quotations of Augustine here, which should be several thousand. All right, and again, we can explore these quotations like so. But the bidirectionality of the index allows us all to say, I'm not interested in the quotations by Lombard. I'm interested in other texts that are quoting Lombard. So if I clear, all of that same information is available to us um, at the other end. So we can again say Peter Lombard, and we can search for all quotations of Lombard. And here we have different people quoting Lombard. So here are the paragraphs of Lombard being quoted. Here are the different quotations of him. And we might say, oh, look, I only want to see quotations of Augustine in Augustinian authors. So I could say, in author type, only Augustinians. And that's going to reduce only to authors who are members of the Augustinian order, like so. And again, if I wanted to discover connections across a passage, I could say, well, I'm really interested in this passage here. I could say, show me only quotations of this passage. And now I can see quotations or references to this passage across the corpus, and so on. We can likewise view the full text at any time of both the context quoting paragraph and the quoted paragraph. And because we're using SET IDs, we can take these IDs and move them to any viewer and view that paragraph in any other viewer using a common identifier, like so. So that's it for now. That's just an update of where we are with the adfontes application, allowing us to explore sources and influences of the scholastic corpus. Thanks for watching.